Hey guys, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over some problems that are going to help you with your test review today. This video right here is going to talk about simple annual interest. So let's go ahead, let's read our problem, and let's get started, okay? So it says that Daniela deposits $1,500 into a savings account that pays 15% simple annual interest. If no additional investment is made into the policy, how much interest will Daniela earn on her investment after 8 years? So if you notice, I went ahead and right away I underlined simple annual interest. That's telling us which formula we need to use right away. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at my problem one more time and I'm going to work through it just so I can try to figure out my important information. Okay, so let's see. She deposits $1,500. That's how much money she's putting into the account to start with. She put it into a savings account that pays 15% simple annual interest. Again, remember that's super important. That tells us what formula we're using. She's not adding any more money into the account. She's not taking any out, but we want to know how much interest that she's going to make after 8 years. So again, we went ahead and we boxed what kind of interest that we're going to be using, and it's going to be our simple annual interest. So we're going to use our formula for simple interest, where it's I is equal to capital P R T. And just like we were doing before when we were working out problems and just how you should be working them out today on your test review, we want to go ahead and we want to immediately figure out what is my P, what is my R, and what is my T. Should definitely get a piece of paper and write down all of these for all of your problems. It's going to make life so much easier for you, I promise. Okay, so we want to go ahead, we want to plug in the values that we know. So P is for our principal. It is what we started with, how much money we put into the account. So our principal is $1,500. I'm a slow writer, guys. Okay, and then our R is our interest rate. But remember, we need to take this percent and we need to turn it into a decimal. So I'm going to take my 15 and turn my percentage into a decimal. You can either divide it by 100, or we can take this decimal at the end since it's a whole number and we can move it 1, 2 places to the left, add a 0 in front, and there's our decimal. Okay, so our interest rate as a decimal is 0.15. And then our time, we are looking at all of this after 8 years. So right away we have, I know what my principal is, my interest rate, and my time. We know that we need to multiply these numbers together. And when I multiply these numbers together, I'm going to get the interest, how much interest I am making. Sorry, my dog really likes to be part of our videos. So how much interest that this is what we're solving for. And that is exactly what they're asking for in our problem, is the interest. So we're going to take all of these numbers and we're going to go into our handy dandy Desmos and we are going to type those all in to get our answer. Okay, so we have 1,500 times 0.15 times 8. So let's come over here. We have, well, it would help if I had the right numbers, wouldn't it? There we go. 1,500 times 0.15 times our 8 years, 1,800. So we go back to our slides. We look, there's my answer choice, 1,800. That's how much interest that she earned. Okay, so on this next problem, we are going to go ahead and we are going to solve one more. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't even know what she's doing right now. I think she's eating a bug. Okay, so we're going to do one more simple interest. A lot of the numbers are going to be the same, but you're going to see a little bit of a difference in our question. Okay, so again, we're going to read this, and I'm going to start circling it as we go. So Daniela deposits $1,500 into a savings account that pays 15% Simple annual interest. Again, that is the most important part. It is telling us which formula to use. Simple annual interest. If no additional investment is made into the policy, so she's not putting in any more money, she's not taking any out, we want to know what is the account balance after 8 years. So if you think back to our first slide, it was asking for the investment or for how much interest that we made. Now we want to know the entire account balance. So we're still going to use our same formula. We're going to use our I is equal to PRT. That R looks a little strange. Again, we still want to break down what our P is, what our R is, and what our T is. That R looks so much better. Just like we figured out already, our principal was $1,500. Our interest rate was our 15%, but we took our decimal and we moved it 1, 2 times and added a 0 in front. So we had 0.15. And then our time is still 8 years. So all of this is still the same from the first part of our first problem. But if you notice, our question is different. It is asking us what is the account balance. Well, this formula right here is only solving for interest. But we want to know what our account balance is. To find our total account balance, we need to add together the amount of interest that we made plus how much money we started with. So plus our principal. So we're going to go back. We already multiplied these numbers out. We already know what we have, right? So we're still going to go back to our Desmos and we're going to double check it, okay? So we had 1,500 times 0.15 times 8. We got 1,800. That's how much interest she made on her account in 8 years. So our interest, let me go ahead and plug that in. So we want our total account balance. Our interest was $1,800. And we want to figure out what our total account balance is. So we have to add our interest to how much money we started with. So we're going to add that to our principal. Our principal was $1,500. So now I have 1,800 plus 1,500. And that's going to give us our total account balance. We're going to go back to Desmos and we're going to add 1,500. So plus 1,500. So our total account balance is going to be $3,300. So we're going to take our circle, put it over choice B, and that is how you're solving for your total account balance. Okay? Let us know if you need any help, but go ahead. Let's start working through our test review, okay? Good luck.